Hey, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Mark. How's getting on today? That's a cactus. Now, it's been a wee while since the last episode, and it's because of a multitude of things. Shut up, man. Number one, I lost my voice. I had a really sore throat. I was feeling really unwell. So talking and commentating wasn't exactly, ideal or, well, doable. Second off, I am struggling to think of ideas. Hi. I don't really know the next direction on where I want to go in this place. I don't have any kind of immediate ideas of what I want. I know obviously down there at some point I'm going to put the Sphinx, but I'm not ready to actually start that yet because one, I've not got an idea of how I actually want it to look. And two, I wasn't picturing it being a solo project. I'm trying to get the actual person I was going to build it with. The schedules don't exactly match up, so it's not been the easiest idea in the world. So that's kind of the reasons. Lack of voice and lack of ideas. But there are obviously still a few things that I am thinking of. There is still a lot of space here that I do want to put stuff in. I don't exactly know what yet, but we do obviously just have a lot of place to work with. However, my next immediate idea is to do something in that area there. There's still a lot of trees, so it will still take a lot of cutting down, but I think it's flat enough. So obviously, the last episode, it was a wee while ago, so just to refresh your memories, I did this. And I think doing that here in this world would be really cool. And then my idea would be, so obviously it makes the hearts and it makes them out of craters. Now I'm thinking in each crater, we either build something or we kind of turn it into like a different biome. We could turn one into like a mock nether, then the end, the desert, jungle, mesa, all that kind of stuff. And then just have a viewing platform. So, a lot of our builds here, obviously these floating islands, the floating islands over there, top of the temple, even the mob farm, which is now just currently a viewing platform. Everywhere is up high, so having a viewing platform, one, wouldn't look at a place, but it would allow us to just look down at what we've made, and I think it could be really cool. This area is huge though. It's really big, and this will take a long while to actually flatten. Because once I take down all the trees, then I also will have to level out the area. Otherwise, the TNT might not... If it hits not flat land, and it hits like where I'm standing now, obviously it's not going to travel where it's meant to be traveling, and it won't work right. But also, I need to make sure that it doesn't blow up anything we care about. So that's the idea that I have in my head, but I don't know if it's a good one. Would I make it all sand so it continues the beach? Maybe. That's a lot of extra work. I think maybe we just build it now and we see what it's like later. It's also getting dark, so I'll be back in a second. Right, now where was I? So basically, my plan would be take down all the trees, level out the area that we need so when it blows up, it doesn't hit any obstacles. That's pretty much what I've already covered. Now, would it be a good idea? Maybe. Will it look pointless? Because from the ground, you won't really see it. So that's not really an issue because it could be kind of like, oh, what are these? What are these? And then when you, basically the same kind of like the skull over there, it's kind of like when you're on the ground, oh, this doesn't look like anything, but when you get high up, it looks kind of cool, I think. And then even if it doesn't look good, it's not exactly like it's a huge eyesore. It's not going to soar up into the sky and it's not going to take up realistically that much space on the ground. The main thing is I'll be cutting down the trees and all that's really doing is just giving me like more space to work with in the future. Now, will I have to sand it all off? Possibly. That's a whole different debate for a whole different time because that's a lot of work and I am enjoying my time not having to put down millions of sand blocks. It has been a blessing. Realistically for right now though, my main concern, I mean amongst everything else, I am just generally a concerned human being. This is a really big task. What I probably will do is just do what I usually do back there, so I won't do all of this. I'll just do it in stages and see if that's big enough, and then when the time comes and we need more space, then I'll cut down the rest of it. Except I'm already decently far behind on my episode, which I'm fully aware, just things came up that couldn't be avoided. And I don't know how to do this in a time-conscious manner, while also creating content. So that's kind of worrying. Right, so either the next clip, right? Okay, so hear me out. This is where things usually go wrong for me trying to think on the fly. We're either now going to cut, and it's just going to be different clips of me just talking about whatever's on my mind, things that we need to talk about, things I want to discuss, but it's also just going to be me cutting down tree after tree after tree after tree after tree after tree. And then, we'll just have a lovely talking episode, and then at the end, then we'll start getting to the actual nitty-gritty of it. Or I thought of something better to do, and we'll do that instead, and then I'll casually grind this forest down on my own. If you have any suggestions on what I can do, or anything you'd like to see, or anything that will fit the aesthetic over here, definitely do not be afraid to leave any kind of suggestion. I'm open to almost anything, and we are very blessed that Minecraft is a kind of game where even the stupidest of ideas, when actually brought together, actually turn out quite alright. So yeah, let's get to it, shall we? So now I remember my reluctance to actually record any of this. It is so tedious, and it is so boring. But here we are. We've made a good start, I think. I'm gonna come up here, go down there to the water, take out all the middle section here, and then I think from over here, we're just gonna start on pretty much the flat ground here and go up. I'm hoping the terrain around here is pretty good because there's a lot of these kind of holes and random bodies of water and random caves, and just the whole area is just kind of all over the place, to be perfectly honest with you. And it's just not ideal to build on. Mainly just down to the fact that if I am going to sand off this area, there's so many pitfalls and places of water that if I'm trying to... Oh my goodness, there's a turtle here. Hi. Hi. That if I'm trying to build here, especially with sand, all it does is fall in. And it makes any kind of job take about 10 times longer. What are you? This area is vast. It's pretty big. It's going to be annoying. But I am kind of hopeful it won't take me too long. So I'll be back with an update in a wee bit. So I'm definitely slowly beginning to lose my mind. I've not even done that much. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I've not done that much. But this has taken me like half an hour. It's so tedious. And it's really hard to try and follow these imaginary lines that I've put up for myself. Because here, where that water is, if it just cut across, that would be so easy, but it just doesn't. It's just not how this land is. So over here, I've been taking down this area. And of course, we have some wandering traders. Hey. There's still so much to go. And I'm losing my mind, but it's okay. We're all good. So if you've been watching this series for a wee while, you will know that I have just recently moved. And if you are completely new here, and you just know me from actually making Minecraft videos, then you won't know that I used to stream on Twitch. Now, I never used to stream Minecraft. I would only ever stream the likes of Call of Duty or Destiny or... I was a Destiny streamer for a wee while. It was mainly Call of Duty and then just kind of sometimes other things, maybe if I wanted to play them. And then I just kind of burned out, which is a shame because I really enjoyed streaming. And recently, I've been buying loads of extra stuff that I need for my new flat. I'm literally running around in circles. Recently, I've been buying tons of new stuff for my flat with the hopes of getting back into streaming. If that does interest you, hopefully sooner rather than later, I'll be back streaming. And hopefully there are still a few people that still watch this series from when I used to stream on Twitch. Hopefully there is some overlap, mainly my idea for streaming. I don't really know how I feel about streaming Minecraft with the idea of trying to record episodes. There's just a lot of work in filming episodes and refilming things. And plus, if I'm already having the issues of things not properly recording, I'm not really sure if putting the extra strain on my PC while I'm streaming is the answer to that. But you never know. I'm mainly thinking about going back to my roots and properly just recording Call of Duty. Now, that in no way means I will be cutting back doing YouTube. I really enjoy making these YouTube videos. I really enjoy planning them, putting them together, and actually building stuff and making them, and then editing them and trying to add my own spin on things to try and make things a bit more entertaining. It just might mean that I branch out into other games. Instead of just being a Minecraft YouTuber, I might just expand and just become a gaming YouTuber. Get myself some variety. And then if I ever feel burned out on one game, I don't have to feel stressed about playing something else. Because everybody will already be expecting me to play other games. I don't actually have a set date for it. I still have quite a few things to come. I need to run quite a lot of tests. Because now that I've got new internet and I've completely changed all my settings for recording videos, I then need to set up another profile so I can go back to streaming. Because even though my internet is a lot better than it was, I still can't be streaming in a 30k bitrate. Because that will probably take all the internet on my whole street out if I try to do that. But that's my thinking. That's kind of my ramblings while I'm cutting down these trees. I'm going to get a lot more done. We'll be back in a second. So it has taken a very long time. I've completely gotten rid of all the trees in this area. I have slightly terraformed a little bit, just because it was quite a hilly kind of area. There was a big lake. I've cut down that mountain there so you can see the temple a little bit better. Even over here, this was a bit higher up than it was, and I've pulled it back a little bit. But I think that there's still this whole area from maybe that level or that level down there could all be flattened out. And then here would be where the TNT went. So I think I still have quite a long way to go. But I figured I'd give you a little bit of an update. That fox just appeared and he's running over. Hi. Hi. So yeah, that's my update. I'm going to take down this to be all on this level, and then I think I 100% need to go back into the creative world just to actually work out the actual spacing, because I really don't want to put this down and then it just fires off into the water or fires off into the those trees there are still pretty close. Yeah, I still have a lot of work to do, so I'll be back in a second. So I've been away for so long, I can't actually remember what the last update was. And for once, is this chest full? Yes, chest is full. I've actually not just disappeared. I've actually just been on this stupid project. So here we have the clearing that I have completely emptied out. And I probably should have taken some before and afters, but here we are. I now just need to work out if this is big enough. I've also pulled all this back, which is why it still isn't filled in. I'm debating if I need to take that in, but I'm thinking I would like the heart to be down here. So the bottom is here, that's the left, and that's the right. Kind of, obviously. Just so that when we're up here, you know, you'll see it. Now I'm gonna jump into creative. Right, hold on. Before we do that, so this is minus 35, and this is minus 113. 65 plus 13, this is 78 wide. That should hopefully be enough, maybe. And then we'll go from here, so we'll jump on this one. This is 44. Okay, so it's about 80 by, why didn't I write it down? What did I say? 78? About 100 length by 80 wide, give or take. Okay, if I jump into creative and it's like 200 by 500, I'm gonna be livid. Well, at first glance, I'm pretty sure we are completely fine. Oh, it goes diagonally. I feel like I probably knew that. Actually, yeah, obviously. So if I do it, when we look out of the temple, we'd see that. Yeah, I think that's fine. That'll be okay. Let's just double check. So I know now that it's diagonal, fittings won't exactly be perfect, but as long as it's not like massive. 248. 160. It's about 50 by 50, give or take. And yes, I am genuinely saying give or take because I've already forgotten. I think it's fine. So here, this axis, we'll say 290 by 95. 290, so it's 60. 95 by 60, yeah. So it's about a 60 square. I'm going to take a quick picture of this on my phone. Perfect. So we just need to put it slightly to the left so it explodes over to the right. I'm 100% going to die, so I just need to remember to take all my gear off. Yeah, okay. I just elbowed my desk. Yeah, okay, so that should be really easy to do, actually. Class. We are back. I think I have everything that I need. And now we just need to decide where it's actually going to go. So I said it needs to be slightly off-center. That's not even anywhere near what I said. Let me go find my phone. We go here. Because then it'll go that way, it'll go that way, and then it'll go that way. Then the rest of it can just go wherever it wants up there and across there. But then, is that too close down here? Let me try and center it up a little bit. It doesn't need to be perfectly centered. Is that where I put it? That seems way too far away. In front of your very eyes, I am crumbling. I don't know, that just seems way, way too far up. And again, I've been wrong before. I'm gonna build the contraption down here. I think I might take that back a little bit. And then I'll see in a bit once I've finally made this decision, because very clearly I ain't able to make it on camera. I'll be back. So I don't think it's time to go yet. I'm finding this really difficult. I feel like no matter where I put it, I'm not gonna be happy with it. Maybe this needs to come up a couple more. And that should still give it enough space. Yeah. As you can tell, I was pretty much ready to go. I've taken off my armor. I've still got my elytra on just in case I needed to like fly back and forth to anywhere. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to move it up. Dig you out. That'll be the starting point there. I'm still not going to be happy with it, but I'm going to get that dug up and I'll be back. Okay, so I've moved it and it just seems way worse. I think whatever angle I look at it changes my opinion on where I think it should go. Even though I've done this, and I know how it works, and I know the general blast radius of it, I am so scared something is going to go wrong, and something is just going to get launched at everything I care about. I'm just not in the mood if this goes wrong. I'm going to get this set up. I'm genuinely terrified. Right, see you in a bit. So I've moved it up, and now it still definitely doesn't look right, but we did say that that would happen, and by we, I mean me. So now I feel like it is in just way worse of a position than it was. But I guess there's not really much I can do about that. I'm just going to kind of hope for the best. I just know how this is going to go. I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn around. The temple is going to be gone. My house is going to be gone. And poor wee Fenrir is not going to have a head. Where? You've picked a very bad place to just randomly spawn, my guy. You'd better be sent. My goodness. Anyway, time to stop waffling. Let's go. Upon thinking about it a little bit more, I really think that right here isn't pushed back enough. So just before I set everything off, I thought I'd give you a wee update, because if I set it off and then the terrain suddenly looks different, that's going to look weird. So obviously I've extended over there, and well, to be completely honest, if that was all for nothing, I'm not exactly going to be thrilled, but here we are. I do now, however, think it is time for the moment of truth. I think I've waffled on long enough. That's a sheep. I've actually just looked at my recordings, and that's my third clip that I've recorded. That's called Final Thoughts. Every time I get ready to blow this up, I'm like, right, no, actually, let me change the location. I'm like, right, now we're ready to go. Actually, no, wait, let me terraform. Now, we actually should be going. I hit this, it ticks for 4, I then hit that. 1, 2, 3, 4, flick. Oh my goodness, I survived. Okay, one llama. Okay, right. So, a llama. I guess I wasn't near the actual. How did I not take that into? Doesn't matter. Oh, I was spot on about this, you know? That 100% needed to happen. I think I've smashed that, you know? I think I've done an absolute madness. Right, let me get somewhere higher up and we'll have a good look at this. So, on my first initial review, because of the angle of it, it does definitely take away from it. I think there is still definitely potential there for something that we can do. And I actually tell you what, if we had gone one more block up, it 100% right there, that one there, nope, that one there, it's 100% going into the water. If I hadn't pulled back the mountain there, it was 100% going into there. Probably could have come down 1 or 2 blocks because it actually exploded in way less of a velocity than I thought it would. I think from a viewing platform, which I'll probably put like there, we'll be able to actually look onto it and it'll look fine. And then from here, it's just going to look, I'm not really sure how it's going to look. And I'm not really sure what's going in them. My idea of having all the different biomes, I think is still a cool idea. It just might look weird. Alternatively, I don't know what else would fit in these. So I'm definitely going to fill in the center here. I'm just going to get rid of it. It does nothing to do with the heart. And then apart from that, I think we're good. I still can't believe I survived. But now next time, I need to work out what I want to do. If it's not going to be every biome, we could just have multitudes of different biomes. We could also do something with different colored kind of glass and have... How many actual dots are there? There's 16 different blast sites. We could then do something with that. I'm not entirely sure, but it does give us something to look forward to in the future. We are at the end of today's episode. Hopefully I did manage to actually fathom an episode out of that. I know it probably wasn't the most exciting, it wasn't the most over the top, but this was a lot of planning, a lot of setup, a lot of chatting. That's led us to having something new to do, so that's a lot of fun. But if you have enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to leave a like in the description. Nope, you don't leave a like in the description. Please leave a like. Where am I going now? This has just gone very poorly. If you have enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. They help get my videos noticed. They let me know that you are enjoying them. And obviously they make me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. So, you know, it's just a good thing to do. If you are new here and you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm putting out videos at least once a month. That's as much as I can commit to. So, you know, you don't get too much of me. That was obviously a joke. We'll hopefully be back to the 3 to 4 day schedule, but you never know. Having said that, and with that being said, hope you stay out of trouble, you don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see yous laters.